Is your power brother, and I am encouraging and motivating and pushing our people to wake up, to be radical thinkers for a changed mindset. I'm pushing because I'm pushing myself to be a better individual by reprogramming myself, changing the mindset. This is the solution. Changing the program, changing our thinking. If we think better, we'll do better. If you know better, most people will do better. Most. Some know better, but they choose not to do better. It's a choice to stop hating yourself. It's a choice. You got to make better choices. And this is what we got to do as people, make better choices. Because it comes to a point, and what we looking at in these times, we making some of the baddest choices. And it's costing us our lives. And RIP to AJ Owens' family. Rest in peace to the Florida Queen. And I'm tired of these continuing problems to go on with us as people in our community. But as long as you keep using the old program, as long as you keep on using the old mindset, you don't realize our condition, you don't realize our problem. It's us how we think. We're trauma people. This is why I'm building an organization for rebuilding, a self-help program. Put the focus on ourselves as we address the trauma for rebuilding and self-healing. We must change as people how we treat ourselves and how we treat each other. You got to love yourself and respect yourself so you can do the same to others. This is what we must do. We can't keep on staying at the bottom of the barrel and not improving as people. If you're not reading, you're not improving. If you're not working out, you're not improving. If you're not eating right or watching what you're eating, you're not improving. I only speak on facts and be brutally honest. Our problems as people. We got to be speaking on facts and be brutally honest. Something happened to us as people. And if you don't know what happened to you, how will you work on healing? Because if we don't heal, we do not grow. We continue to fail, and this is why we continue to fail as people. We're relying on the very people that enslaved our ancestors. Facts. Modern day slavery, it's just a different time. Same BS. When they was lynching our ancestors and our people, wasn't that long ago. And there was laws that was behind the people lynching us, to murder us, to kill us, to kidnap us, to kill us. There was laws to protect that. And there's still laws to this very day to protect them killing us. As they kill us, they protect it. We're not protected. And we got to be brutally honest. We are the most vulnerable people. This is why anything can happen to us. Tulsa, Oklahoma, it can happen today, it can happen tomorrow, because we're not protected. Wherever you go, in our homeland, they over there got their hand in every damn pot you can think of. And we're busy fighting each other because we're using the old program that how we've been conditioned and groomed when we was enslaved. Because something happened to us as people while we continue self-destruction, while we continue to hate ourselves, while we continue not valuing ourselves to value each other, while we continue disrespect ourselves while we don't respect each other. If you're still sagging, you're not respecting yourself. Let's be brutally honest. If you're not working out, you're not improving yourself. If you're not reading, you're not improving yourself. If you truly want better, you will do better. You will not continue doing the same old BS. It's not making you better. I'm not preaching, I'm speaking facts because I'm about improving myself. Because if I'm a better man, I'm a better husband. I'm a better friend. I'm better to my community. I'm better to my people because I'm a better human being. It's that true. It's that real. Let me play this video, man. About the Florida woman, she got off killing our queen, all behind the law. She was protected. She did her research the day she shot her.
A Florida woman who shot through her front door, killing her neighbor amid an ongoing fight over where her children were playing, was arrested Tuesday night on several charges stemming from the shooting. All of that information coming from the sheriff in Marion County, Florida, Billy Woods. He did post this video on social media announcing that arrest.
Hello, everyone. Sheriff Billy Woods here. I wanted to come to you tonight to give you an update on the homicide that occurred over the weekend. Tonight, we have arrested 58-year-old Susan Lawrence for the killing of Miss A.J. Owens. Now, my detectives have been working around the clock since this happened, sifting through evidence and interviewing witnesses. Now, I said this at the beginning. We want the same thing as Miss Owens' family, and that's justice. Now, here's the thing about justice. She's on her own time. Not my time, not a prosecutor's time, not even a mob's time. A mob seeking, well, what they think is justice. And I understand that in these situations like this, emotions run high, and it's understandable. In fact, I want to thank all of you that have sent me messages, sent me emails, texted me, and encouraging the arrest, because it shows that you care about a fellow human being. Now, many of you were struggling to understand why there was not an immediate arrest. Well, as I partially explained in the beginning, the laws here in the state of Florida are clear. Now, I may not like them. I may not agree with them. But however, those laws I will follow, and I will ensure. And sometimes when we do these investigations of cases of this level, rushing in to make an arrest is not the right thing to do sometimes. In fact, it could probably cause complications or cause errors, because we want to ensure that what we present, that justice is served all the way through the courts, and that the individual gets what they deserve. And that's one of the things. My detectives cannot complete an investigation without getting all sides of a story. And that night, all we had was one person's story, and that was the shooter's story. But Miss Owens' story had to be told through evidence and the eyes of witnesses who were there. I told you that we want nothing more than justice, and this can only be accomplished by maintaining the integrity of the case and leaving no stone unturned. Throughout this tragic event, we have been working very closely with Mrs. Owens' family. And right now, that family needs your prayers and support. The justice we have all been seeking has been served, but peace for them is still a ways down the road. Now, some of you have asked me about the Stand Your Ground law. Personally, I think it's a great law, designed to help Floridians to defend themselves and keep themselves safe. However, it does not apply in all situations, and this situation is a prime example of when it was not justified. It was simply...
I'm going to leave it right there. See, that's that BS. That's that BS. Man, I had another video, man. This damn computer, man. Anyways, but you see how you stand behind the law? He's not standing behind the victim that lost her life and the 4 children lost their mother. Y'all don't want to really acknowledge our problems because y'all really don't want to put it in the work for change. Because it's work. We want to continue to keep on doing the same old thing while we keep on getting the same old results. We must be cool with it. Because we really have not changed the narrative. We ain't even changed our path. We haven't even got ourselves out the hole because we busy killing each other. Just like in Chicago with the mother getting stalled on and the 14 shooting the guy. It's not justified. That's black on black crime. That's not improving us as a group of people. What are these crimes showing our kids? What is it showing the other race of people? You can get away with killing us as long as you stand your ground, as long as you know your law, just as this woman knew the law, because she did her research on the law of stand your ground that very day. And within that year, she didn't buy one gun, she bought two guns that was fully loaded that day of. Both of them had one in the chamber. That's tell you she was active with her pistols, where she say she was afraid of guns. She didn't like guns, but she had two of them that was fully loaded. She was willing to open a fire on anybody, just like that mother that was doing what most mothers and fathers should do: protect our children. She was a threat to the kids, throwing skates, throwing umbrellas at the children. This is what she said from her own statements. They've been arguing back and forth since 2021 because the kids was getting on her nerves. This is out her own mouth. That let you know she was high-headed behind the kids. And the kids was playing in a field near her house. But she's already had multiple altercations with this woman, so she felt the need to go get her not one gun, but two guns. And when this altercation came about, like I said, this day of, she did her research by protecting herself. She did it. Stand my ground. She shot her through the door. That is clearly a murder to me. She wasn't in threat, wasn't in harm's way. Come on, you serious? What's any different from the 14-year-old getting killed in Kansas City, north of Kansas City? He got shot through the door, and he was a white man. We still not realizing that we in war, we in danger. We getting shot and killed every day by those enemies, those so-called friends. And the officer standing the ground, he's behind the law. And the woman went home. They didn't even arrest her once it happened. She was able to flee if she wanted to, because she knew the law. She did her research the day of she did the shooting. This is why we must be woke. This is why we must be aware of our past, or aware of the danger, so we can understand when we see danger a mile away. Because if you don't see it, it can be pushed upon you. Only thing I'm telling my people to do, man, open your eyes and realize we are trauma people, and we have been conditioned, we wired to self-hate ourselves, to hate each other, and conditioned where we choose not to read. We choose not to empower ourselves, and we choose to chase the bag, exactly what our enemies want us to do. And it's not benefiting us. We choose to stay divided as a group of people because we have been groomed and molded when we was enslaved as a group of people, to stay in your own lane, to stay divided so we cannot unite to fight back. This is why we still getting taken advantage of. How much we need to go through to realize, to see, man, that's not benefiting us staying divided. How much we must see. When is enough of seeing us kill and fight each other? When? I'm curious to know and curious to understand, how do you see it from your old program? Because you got to be still thinking, using the old program to realize that benefits you. Stand in your own lane that you can be conquered. You got to be using the old program to self-hate yourself. You got to be using the old program to go chase the bag. Money's not power. Money is a tool. Knowledge is power. Once you have the knowledge, man, money comes a dime a dozen, because you have the skills mentally and get it anyway because you got skills. We're crafted people. We are the first and created people here on earth. We are the creators. We are the inventors. But we busy chasing the bag. That's not empowering us as individuals, not empowering us as a group of people. Stop the tribalism. Stop the individualism. It's not empowering us. Stop it. Stop allowing the system to divide us by our skin complexion. We're FBA. We're Africans around the globe. because we are the first and original people here. Without us, wouldn't be no humanity. It wouldn't. When's enough is enough? If we really want better, we got to address the trauma. If we really want to change the narrative and change our community and change our environment, we must change our minds. We must change in here. We must transform our thinking. Knowledge of self. Because if you have knowledge of self, you better love yourself. If you have knowledge of self, you better realign yourself from your mind to your soul to your gut. If you realign yourself, you'll have different thinking. If you know who you are, you won't be doing the same old thinking that we used to do using the old program, peaceful protesting. It's not empowering us. You got to be tired of beating your feet. I have mad respect for our people have done major things by beating their feet marching. But these are new times. And we must have a new mind within the new time. Because the earth had made a shift. And if you're not aligned and made a shift with the earth when it shift, you way out of whack, you way out of line. And therefore, in order for us to really build and become better people, we must address what happened to us as a group of people so we can work on healing and work on rebuilding for self-healing. We cannot continue to keep peaceful protesting as we brutally getting killed at any time of the day and don't matter where you go. We cannot continue this. Our children getting kidnapped. We getting hunted. We're busy fighting each other because we self-hating ourselves. And the food and the self-destruction of us as people. This is why they don't want you to be woke. That's why I'm encouraging you, pushing you so you can see it. I don't want you to stand beside me and be willing to fight if you're not aware of woke. I want your heart to be in it. I want your mind to be in it. I want you to understand it, why you need to be in it to stand on it. Not just pray on it. You need to react on it. Instead of just praying on it, react on it and work on it and improve on it. Because this is how things going to change, by picking up books and reading and empowering yourself so you can empower others. If you really want better, you will start making better decisions. If you say you really an intelligent person, well, show me. Because if you're intelligent, you can recognize the self-destruction. You better recognize the self-hate. You better recognize stand in your own lane is not benefiting you and benefiting your people. You better recognize the trauma. But I doubt you really see it because you got the conditioned old mindset. You've been rewired to stay in your place. You've been rewired to stay fearful instead of fearless. You've been wired to stay in your own lane. You've been wired to be a good nigga to go get that bag. You've been wired to give out that toxic deaf culture music that's not improving your people. You've been rewired to stay in your place, to be a crip in the blood, to sell their drugs. You've been rewired. And they called it. I ain't like our ancestors. Our ancestors wasn't ignorant. Our ancestors wasn't fighting each other. They were standing up for each other. Besides the house Negroes, and like they say, our brother Michael X said, we got some house Negroes to this very day, and they ain't changed. That was the 1960s. It's 2023, and we still got house niggas in these times. Or sellouts. We got so many rich and wealthy people, but they busy getting a bag. They busy turning their back on themselves and their own people because they don't recognize their love for themselves. They don't recognize their blackness. They don't recognize their Africanness. They don't recognize because they ain't open their eyes. I'm trying to get you to see it for yourself, to empower yourself. Because if you're a better person for yourself, you can be better for your friends and your family and your community and for your people. This is what we must do. Improve as a person. Knowledge of self. If you don't know the gift of who you are as a person, or the gift of who you are as a group of people, a gift that we have, the reason why they enslaved us as a group of people, you remain lost. You don't know it. You don't see it. You don't understand why they don't want to allow, or why they don't give us money when we go to a bank. Give me a $300,000 loan so I can start this business, because I got about $1 million in my mind. I know who I am. I'm a creative person. I'm gifted. I know who our people being. This is one of the reasons why they enslaved us. The reason why they make laws around us. The reason why they have police to police us, the slave catchers. The reason why they keep us working for them so we can keep on making more money for them, just like our ancestors. But y'all want to say, well, I'm not like my ancestors. Well, let me tell you one damn thing. I am my ancestors, because I feel for my ancestors, because that's in my blood. I recognize my Africanness because it's in my blood. I recognize my people because I stand with my people. I'm willing to fight for my people because I'm tired of losing as a group of people. And we're losing. As long as you don't recognize we losing, you will remain sitting just like a chump, a coward, an old lady, an old man, just like a dog. And I refuse to be that. I refuse to sit back and be fearful. I'm fearless. Because that's what my children, my family expect of a man to be. Don't be scared to come out at dark. Don't be scared to go to the door if somebody want to come to that door and know damn well, I got to go handle it. We got to stop being so damn fearful. It's not benefiting us. We got to stop this nonsense and staying in our own lanes as we still get conquered. It's in our plain sight. They intentionally separated our people, and we choose to this day to be separated. I'm just brutally honest. You're brainwashed. I was too. Distracted. Always in my phone or watching TV. Distracted. They distract us every day, just like the news. They just like the newspaper from back in the day when they used to lynch us. They used to in the capital and the downtowns around the country. They have a damn white flag waving in the air, notifying, letting everybody know we lynched a nigga today. They glorify, they happy of that. When they used to dance and get parts of our bodies as trophies and take them home, and they glorify that. It wasn't that long ago when they lynched us and enslaved us as people. This is why you must be woke and realize we still getting lynched and enslaved as people. But you probably don't see it because you still got that old program. You probably still don't see it because you still conditioned. Come on, my people. When will you say you had enough and enough is enough? Knowledge is power. It can change your thought process, and your thoughts can change your behavior, and that'll trickle down into your actions. Once you acknowledge the trauma, you can rebuild yourself for healing yourself for change. Excuse me. Fact of the matter is, we are traumatized and trauma people, programmed and conditioned in this system. Be awakened for a changed mindset. Be awakened for a changed identity. Be awakened for a changed environment. Be awakened for a changed group of people. Come on, people. Innocent woman, leave behind 4 kids. Rest in peace, Queen AJ Owens, and many more that we continue to keep losing because we continue to keep using the old program, the old thinking. That is the solution of changing the thinking. That is the problem, is how we think. That's my time for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to your brother. And I am your power brother, and we are encouraging and inspiring our people to change the mindset. Change it. Change it if you want true power. And put down your guns. Be a responsible gun owner. Keep your guns out of the danger of kids. A weapon is a dangerous weapon. Acknowledge that. You be a responsible gun owner. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge that. It's that simple. Smash the like button. Be a subscriber. Support our movement for encouraging our people to wake up. A self-help program for rebuilding, for self-healing. The people starts up here. Till next time, my people, let's protect each other, unite with each other, be power. Hold tight. Peace.